Welcome into the DNVR Rockies Podcast. I am Patrick Lyons.
I'm Suzie Hunter. Patrick, I am ready for these guys to get the heck out of Atlanta because that was brutal from start to finish.
Is the nickname for that city Shitlanta? Do they say that? Is that a thing? A.T. Hell? These are just some of the names.
I like Shitlanta. That's like actually a really good one.
These are just things that I hear from people. I'm just reporting back.
That's what they call it there.
I'm just reporting back on the city where the Rockies have lost 4 straight, run differential of minus 28. Pitchers got shellacked. Now a 5-game losing streak. But all in all, the keys have been turned over to the young guys. This is good.
It's good. I mean, we like the young guys. It's just there was nothing you could do against this Atlanta team. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, they are unbelievable. We'll talk about plenty of the young guys, and there's a new article up at the DNVR.com about that. But I think the difference between the two organizations was apparent on the field.
Oh, yeah.
And
night and day.
And what's on the field is a product of the front office and what's done upstairs and behind the scenes and all of those things. And I really thought, you know, with how poor the Rockies starting pitching was, even going into the series, even if it was good, you still had to look at who Atlanta threw out for the first 3 games of the series before 39-year-old Charlie Morton. On Thursday, it was 20-year-old A.J. Smith-Shawver, youngest since, I think, 1990, Steve Avery, to get a win for Atlanta. He was a 7th-round pick in 2021 out of high school. On Friday, you had Jared Schuster in that much vaunted depth, deep college pitching class in that 2020 draft, which the Rockies were only able to get 1 college starting pitcher. Schuster was a 25th round pick in 2020. And then a 5th round pick in 2020 was Bryce Elder. He started on Saturday. So you saw that Atlanta also drafts, and they also develop really well.
Yeah, really fast. Those guys moved up so quickly.
Yeah.
So quickly.
Yeah, and like I said, there are some injuries, and I think that's why some of those guys have opportunities, but they're giving them those opportunities. They're setting them up for success. They are supported around them with plenty of veterans, and I think that's going to be the challenging thing going forward for Colorado and for everyone who's watching them like us, is where do you strike that balance in? Do you want to go all young guys out there? Or do you want some veteran guys leading the way? Do you need those Jason Giambi types who now it's Mike Moustakas on this roster?
Yeah.
Do you want some of them? Or do you want to clean house entirely and no one whose name you recognize from the last 5 years should be on the roster anymore?
I mean, I think you can't have a team of just young guys. They
would
need
agree.
Guidance. They need someone to show them
Sure.
where the cafeteria is and how to get to the bus that gets you to the plane. No, but like they need that guidance. Like you don't just come into the major leagues knowing the ins and outs of how it works. You need those veteran guys. But that being said, like I want more young dudes up here.
That's
that
right.
sounded really bad. I want more young players playing for the Rockies. Oh my gosh, am I gonna get canceled? I'm so stressed right now.
On the same episode that we coined the phrase Shitlanta, Susie's the one who gets canceled? What is going on?
I'm going to leave. Goodbye.
This is
Just
weird.
do the show without me. Awful.
Well, what's interesting is, and we'll get to all the things that ended up breaking down this last week. And we talked about it briefly. Charlie Blackmon, of course, on the IL. 5th metacarpal. That's basically the bone in your hand where your pinky is at. Okay, look at me doing the thing.
Okay.
I'm not just a doctor on a podcast.
Orthopedic surgeon Patrick Lyons, everyone.
That's me.
That's you.
If he's really out for 6 weeks, that takes him past the August 1st trade deadline. So there's one veteran you're going to have around. CJ Cron, we don't know what's going on with his back. And if teams
he's not going to go anywhere either.
Well, exactly. That's right.
Yeah.
Because, last year teams were balking at the price when he got hit in the hand and they were worried about his power being sapped. And they were right. And he wasn't very good in the second half. Not so much CJ's fault. So he's going to probably still be around. So those are 2 guys are guaranteed. They're locks for veterans you can keep around. But anybody else that's not nailed down, and there's a ton of guys, there's probably even some young guys, maybe in the bullpen, that you got to listen to some offers that are out there. And we'll talk plenty about that, over the coming weeks, because we got a lot of weeks until the trade deadline that will be, or will it be another trade deadline that wasn't?
Oh my God. Last year, I think Spencer and I talked about this a little on Friday. First of all, the trade deadline last year was embarrassing.
Yep.
And second, I think you got to just everyone in the bullpen has to be on the table. One, because we have an actually good bullpen that's just super tired. Second, I mean, we can get some good stuff back in exchange for relievers who are exhausted. It's the long con. It's a grift. They're going to be exhausted. They're not even going to pitch well the second half. And they're like, oh, my gosh.
And that's what you got to worry. And again, you and I and plenty of people that we know that are insiders in this game, until you're the person in that room, until you actually are Bill Schmidt fielding those phone calls, you have no idea what the offers are.
Yeah.
So teams are going to use that against Bill Schmidt and the organization, the assistant GMs. As you just said, hey, those guys are really tired. I know their numbers are good, but what are we getting? We're getting a really nice, car, but it's got a lot of miles on it, and we're kind of worried about that.
It's called a lemon.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yes, I'm supporting the Rockies scamming other teams. Why not? Let's get messy this summer.
Yeah, why not? Again, take what you can get. I mean, as disappointing and sad as it might have been to see Connor Joe and Sam Hilliard leave the organization, the Rockies did get something back for those guys. I know you were incredibly distraught over the Chad Smith trade, but Rockies did get Jeff Criswell out of that. So, I mean,
I liked when the Rockies were leading the league in Chads. We lost all of our Chads this offseason.
We had them all, and now we have none Chads.
No Chads.
None Chads.
None Chads.
No, I can't have one Chad?
No, not one Chad.
Man, there's an extra spot on the 40-man roster.
Is there a Chad out there on the market?
Is there a Chad in DFA limbo that we don't know about? Not sure. Rockies were 5-7 in their last 7 road series. So, they had been, winning a lot. I mean, similar to what they did in 2018. You have to be able to win somewhat on the road. You also have to dominate at home. And Rockies got dominated. They had lost the first 5 of that last homestand against the Giants and the Padres before winning last Sunday. But they were good coming into this series and just really got outclassed, got manhandled.
They did, yeah. I like Kyle Freeland said after his outing on, I guess, Thursday, that this is the lineup, Atlanta lineup will expose any mistakes you make on the mound. And we saw that 4 days in a row.
Yeah.
They were impossible.
They're really good. I mean, you have to think that right now they are the best team in the National League.
Yeah, I mean
they are. But would you rather have Atlanta, or would you rather take the field as far as the team that's going to represent the NL in the World Series? Not that they're going to win it all, but they are going to be the top National League team. Would you rather Atlanta, or would you take the field?
Man,
right?
Atlanta's got really good. I mean, looking at them this weekend, yeah, they're going to be tough to beat, unless something happens like last year where the Phillies just go on a very hot run.
And that's the thing, is that the postseason does become its own season. So
yeah,
in the past you would have said, oh yeah, give me Atlanta, but man, the postseason's just a whole different beast. James in the chat saying we don't have any hanging Chads. We don't have any Chads hanging around either. I mean, either way. That's it. Cap-wise, great to see you again. Suter getting shipped. I mean, yeah, he's probably one of those top players. The one thing you almost have to hope doesn't happen is Brent Suter is the Rockies representative at the All-Star game, because at that point, he will not be traded.
Yeah.
That will not happen. So
you know what? But maybe he'll be the representative, and then he will be on that stage. Everyone will realize how great he is, and the calls will start coming in.
I mean, the calls are going to be there. It's really about, is that a bad look? Are we worried about that look? The Rockies they're look worriers.
Are they? You would think they aren't.
Yeah. There's also
I don't know.
There's also that. No, they're deaf. They're worried about how they look, but they're deaf. They don't hear people talking about them. They're ringing in their ear. But I don't think we're going to have to worry about that scenario to a degree, because Ryan McMahon today, with 2 home runs, continuing to play incredibly well, amongst the leaders in wins above replacement at third base, because he's doing it defensively, unlike a certain NL Central third baseman who remains to be named.
Yes.
A certain cousin of a member of Atlanta's organization.
Oh my gosh.
Josh Fuentes. What's going on down in Gwinnett? But Ryan McMahon right now, he's making that push. We kind of talked about this a couple weeks ago. We had an article up in the DNVR about all the guys who are on the cusp, and they're just going to need a push to get in, right? And it might not be the best player, because Elias Diaz has been the best player up to this point, but if there's too many other catchers, he could just be squeezed out and it's going to be someone else. But if you really make a hard push, you might be able to, usurp Elias Diaz. And I think in a lot of ways, Ryan McMahon has probably done that, and he might have the best shot right now to be a representative in Seattle for the first time, mind you.
I would love that for Ryan Mac. And also, it seems like Elias Diaz is kind of coming back down to earth.
A little bit.
Just a little bit. He's still phenomenal. We still love him. But yeah, oh my gosh, Ryan McMahon finally heating up. Such a slump at the start of the season, but I love that. I could see him being the All-Star.
I think so.
Yeah.
And man, there's going to be some cool storylines, especially if like Arenado gets voted to start at third base, but Ryan McMahon has clearly better numbers.
Yeah.
That will be really interesting.
Ooh, there might be some drama with this All-Star game.
Drama.
Oh, I love drama.
Serious.
Let's have a messy summer once again.
Or what if someone else... Now, I know J.D. Davis was third in National League All-Star voting. In fact, we're going to find out, I want to say, Thursday? What's June 22nd? Is that Thursday? Yes, feels right. So that's, I think, when Phase 1 voting ends. And I'm hopefully that day we'll actually find out who the top two candidates are for National League third baseman. It'll probably be Nolan and someone else. It could be Max Muncy. He's also on the IL. Oh, man. What about Ryan McMahon is an all-star and Nolan is not?
That would be...
I don't know.
That would be... I would love the narrative because that's another opportunity for us to kind of tongue-in-cheek say... We won the trade.
That's it.
We're just grasping for any reason to feel like we won that trade.
Just
the worst
need
trade in baseball history.
Just needs something. Eddie Rosario, 2 home runs today. He didn't even play on Thursday night, and he had 4 home runs in the series. 4 in 3 days. He was really great. Chase Anderson just didn't have it. He has really good command. Doesn't walk a ton of guys. I think he walked 4 today and just couldn't get out of the 4th inning.
Yeah, they said on the KOA broadcast, Chase Anderson's all-time high in a game is 5 guys walked.
That was like in 2016, maybe?
Yeah, it was in 2016. So yeah, he's not a guy who walks people.
No.
But I don't know. Atlanta, they have our number. They've got everyone else's number.
They do.
Are
you transitioning into an ad read for Backus and Schenker?
Backus and Schenker.
2222? Talking about numbers?
That's our number.
Oh, okay. Actually, no, we are not. Alyssa, we're throwing you off. Saturday's game, Connor Siebold, not great. Did give up 4 home runs the last time a Rockies starter, had given up 5 was Kyle Freeland in Cincinnati. So it was actually only the second time a Rocky starter had given up 4 or more. I think it was only the 6th time it had ever happened. He wasn't great, but these games are going to happen. You're going to have one that you're going to need to flush. Again, this is a guy who went 6 innings and only gave up 1 run in his return to Boston. So, and he had like an ERA right around 2 over his previous 3 starts. Go back 4 starts going into his start on Saturday, had like a 2.48 ERA. So he's been really good overall. And as we, experience this transition to the young guys, there are going to be those bumps in the road. And you just have to deal with that, warts and all. And you know what? As long as you can see that glimpse that there's something there, that's where you say, hey, this is promising. You can stick this out. And Connor Siebold definitely has something promising going for him.
He does, yeah. I mean, I'm going to vote, actually, to just, for the rest of this season, forget this Atlanta series ever happened.
Good thing they don't have to play Atlanta. Oh, wait. Come on.
We're going to forget about this series, this specific one. Although, when Atlanta was here last year, didn't they sweep the Rockies in that? I think they swept the Rockies last year when they were here.
Yeah, Atlanta's been playing really well. Colorado had Atlanta's number for a good period of time, but Atlanta's just been kind of dominating the Rockies. Yeah. They got all their secrets with Walt Weiss and Eric Young Senior over there on the bench, Sam Hilliard. I'm sure Charlie Culberson had a couple things. He was designated for assignment.
Did we seriously not see Sam Hilliard this whole weekend?
Maybe not. Actually,
I don't think we did. That is actually so hurtful.
We were talking about it last week, and it was like, wait, what's going on with him? We couldn't figure out. He's not in Gwinnett, but he's on the roster, and just Atlanta just keeps running the same guys out. And they're like, Sam, you're going to have to just keep sharp on the bench. Like, that's that. We saw ex-Rocky Kevin Pillar in the series, but not Sam Hilliard.
No Sam Hilliard.
We didn't even see any, like, reunion shots of, like, Charlie and Sam hanging out.
I didn't see any of those pictures on social media, so, like, I'm definitely curious.
That was weird.
I have so many questions.
I did see a lot of pictures of folks celebrating here at the DNVR bar on the corner of Colfax, New York. Because, Suzie, I'm not sure if you heard, but the Denver Nuggets won a basketball game this week.
They won the biggest basketball game
of the week. That's a true statement.
Some may say of the year.
Wow. Maybe in their franchise history?
Maybe in their franchise history. The bar was popping here after the parade on Thursday. It was so much fun. As we say here, the vibes were immaculate.
There's a decent amount of people in here now for what should be like the recovery period for the entire city.
It was like really loud in here during the game.
Yeah.
We also have like all the Volo peeps down there doing their
Volo Sports doing their thing. Sign up at thednvr.com. Become an official diehard where you get 15% off all your food and drink. Down here in the corner of Colfax and York, you get 20% off all of our takeovers, as well as the tailgates that we got going on. I mean, I was even talking with someone about Broncos season and looking at some dates, things of that nature. You also get 20% off everything at dnvrlocker.com, including the Golden Era book. That's right. We've got a book here, folks.
Our coworkers wrote a freaking book.
Yeah.
Like, they put it out hours after the win. Like, that's insane. I'm so freaking proud of the Nuggets guys and everyone we work with. Like, this is a really fun time for us.
Shirts,
not like Rockies specifically, but like for DNVR.
That's right.
And for diehards.
And the city of Denver. That's it. You can glom on however you need to, but we're having a good time. We're trying to at least, especially in the diehards only Discord where the diehards are, and they're keeping it real there. Game Time's keeping it real because they're reducing prices to about 60% of the face value to their events, which is really nice because in that window of time, sometimes it's between like 3 hours before an event up to about 1 hour. A lot of those ticket brokers and people just that are unfortunately not able to make it to an event, concert, baseball game, whatever it may be, they're going to just bring those prices down and say, look, I'd rather have $10 in my pocket than nothing. So you can get tickets to events for $10. I went to a show at Red Rocks for $15. And in fact, had I used code DNVR for my first time purchasing a ticket through Game Time Tickets, I would have got them close to free because you get $20 off with that first purchase with code DNVR over at Game Time Tickets. There's a link in our description. Also, when you sign up for the app, you can do that as well. 15 million people are using Game Time Tickets. It's the top one in the game, and Pins and Aces, top gear in the game.
Yeah, they are. Look at this hat. What a presence that hat is.
I'm bringing back the Gump look today. I decided to kind of do it.
You're gumping a lot right now.
I'm gumping hard.
Gumping hard.
I mean, he's from Georgia, wasn't he? Oh, no, he was from Alabama.
Oh.
That's close. He was in the South.
Sure.
But you get the vibe. Look, they do have golf pants there as well. I'm transitioning to golf pants this summer.
You're becoming a golf pants guy?
Well, from Pins and Aces, yeah. Because it's hot, but you have to still be professional, and you're driving in a car, and they breathe really well. They've got polos similar to this one that breathe even better than this cotton button-up that I've got. They got the great hats. I don't even know what material this is, but it feels like amazing. It's almost like some kind of athletic material that's wicks water away, but it's not like one of those athletic kind of caps. It's just fantastic. It fits me great. They've got the liquor stick. They've got the beer sleeve, so you can have like a traveling bar with you in your golf bag, and no one is any wiser. When you use code DNVR, you get 15% off your first purchase, and you get free shipping when you're over at pinsandaces.com.
Such good gear.
We talked about the Nuggets and their championship. Now, they went to Serbia before the start of their season, and then they won a championship. So, again, if we want the Rockies to win the World Series, we have to be sent somewhere. We have to go somewhere.
I've been saying we have to go to Venezuela.
Yeah.
We have so many Venezuelans we love.
I mean...
Or let's just go to, like, the baseball field at Thomas Jefferson High School. Stay close to home.
That might be in the budget. That's
probably what we have the budget for.
That's in the budget. That's it. We can't afford an Uber, but if you guys want to double up on a scooter, like, okay,
like,
fine.
can I expense the scooter ride now?
I mean, technically, would it be all right if we went to the Mexico series next April? I mean, it's not before the year.
Yeah.
But would that...
But it's very early in the season.
I think maybe. that could help.
Work. That could work. I really want to go to the Mexico series. My God.
That could produce some mojo. I mean, the Rockies obviously have, some a lot of lineage in Mexico. Alan Trejo, who I think we might see back here in the majors in Cincinnati. Ezequiel Tovar did leave today's game, not because of injury, but because, fittingly, on Father's Day, he's going to be a father.
Yeah, he got the call during the game that his wife is going into labor, so he left. Coco Montez comes in.
That's it.
So that's really exciting. He's so young. I can't believe he's going to be a dad. Like, he's a kid himself. He's 21.
Yeah.
He's just a baby. Like, he still looks like a teenager.
It's it. Yeah.
But congratulations, Ezequiel Tovar.
Yeah, that's really exciting for the 21-year-old rookie to be a father. I mean,
a dad?
I might have to go on Baseball Reference and start a spreadsheet. Is there a way you could search, your baby years? Like how many rookies have had a baby in the same year? So if he goes on the paternity list, Rockies need a new shortstop because Harold Castro, we see you, we acknowledge you, but we need a proper shortstop.
Yeah,
so
we do.
I think we will probably see Trejo up
probably
for that one. He is, of course, of Mexican descent. Did a wonderful job representing Team Mexico in the World Baseball Classic. Vinny Castilla, assistant to the general manager
in the Mexican Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the Rockies were part of the first game ever held outside of the U.S. and Canada, where they played a game in Mexico before teams were going over to Japan and Australia and now London. So there is that history in Mexico. So I think that would make sense. We could pull that off.
I think we could.
Maybe.
It'll be like an interesting game too, because it's against the Astros. So random.
Yeah.
So random.
Yeah, we do have some comments here in the chat that they're hoping that we can get out there. There is a thing called Super Chat, folks. Should we really try to plug Super Chat?
Yeah, get some Super Chats going, and that'll go towards our Mexico travel budget. Thank you.
I mean, everybody in here chips in like, $20. We're good. Or just one person for $5,000. How much do we need in a single Super Chat to take care of this? We'll have to figure that out later. And yeah, we do have an Atlanta fan here, Quoxvo. Don't put the comment up, but what's going on?
No, put it up. Put it up. Put it up, Alyssa. Look at what we're dealing. We're being cyberbullied right now.
Sorry for beating you up. That doesn't sound like you're sorry, dude.
Also, how did you find this?
Yeah.
How did you find this Colorado Rockies podcast? Why are you here? Why are you watching the show?
What's going on? Just trying to gloat a little bit.
The wins weren't enough. You had to come see how sad the Rockies fans are. I love that for you.
I did have in the outline on Friday, because you can never plan too far ahead.
Okay.
I mean, you probably can, but this wasn't it. And I'm like, Dinelson Lamet, we got to talk about it. Is he going to get another shot in the rotation? Do we need to call somebody up? Do we need him up? And before we had a chance to talk about it, on Saturday, designated for an assignment.
We are 23 minutes into this show right now, and we are just talking about Dinelson Lamet getting DFA'd.
Yeah. It's on par.
I mean, love him as a person. This is so overdue.
Yep.
This should have happened like April.
10.80 ERA as a starter. Worse than that as a reliever. They invested $5 million in bringing him back. It was his final year of arbitration, but that was one of the reasons they picked him up last year. So, hey, you get this guy for this year. See if we can figure it out. Definitely figured it out in 2022. Didn't have it in 2023. So you got $5 million invested in him. You did designate Jose Urena for assignment, $3.5 million. So that's $8.5 million right there on the roster that you've sent packing. In addition to the other tens of millions of dollars on the injured list as well for certain players or player.
Yeah. Also, is this now the 6th starter that the Rockies have lost one way or another?
Have blown through. I don't know. I want to say we could be 7. I want to say it depends on how you want to count it. You get the 4 original starters: Marquez, Senzatella, Feltner. All right, that's so 3.
Yeah.
Noah Davis. Who I think we might see back.
And
Urena. Oh, I forgot Urena.
Got DFA'd, and now Lamet. So I think it's 6.
So 6 guys that we've lost for a period of time.
Now more than an entire rotation's worth of starters that we have lost this season, and it is the middle of June.
Yeah. Yeah, the best we could hope for is maybe Senzatella returns by August. Did get the PRP injection in his arm. That's just a waiting game. If it doesn't work out, that means he'll be under the knife, and then he'll be gone for all of next year. That would be awful. We know Marquez is not going to return. And then Noah Davis, he's down in AAA. We need a starter for Wednesday's game, the final getaway day in Cincinnati. I suspect that'll probably be Noah Davis.
It could be. It lines up nicely.
It does. It does line up really well. Call Kaufman, maybe. But you got 39 guys on the 40-man roster. Luis Sessa actually had a nice game this past week.
He's been really good lately, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him up here.
Have him come back and pitch against his old team, similar to Chase Anderson, who also pitched against his old team, which was also the Cincinnati Reds.
Ooh.
That would be incredibly wild. But with that,
so wild. Has anything that wild ever happened?
So wild. Gavin Hollowell, he did get called up there to take Lamet's spot on the 26-man roster. Got to see him on Saturday, so still got a spot.
Everyone, stop what you're doing. Capwise has sent us a super chat, $1.99. I think that is enough for a scooter ride to get us to Thomas Jefferson High School.
Yeah, baby.
But here's it's 34 pesos for Mexico next season.
Much appreciation.
Freaking go.
Much appreciation.
I love this. Thank you, Capwise.
We are on the board. We are on the board.
Whew.
You know, I think
I'm sending a screenshot to our bosses so they know that this is this money needs to go towards our trip.
That's hilarious. Speaking about 23 minutes until we get to Dinelson Lamet, we're at like minute 26, 27 before we recognize the fact that Rockies gave up 12 home runs in this series, most ever in a 4-game road set.
Ever.
12.
Oh, wow. We love when the Rockies have a historic series.
Man. Darno had a pair of home runs on Friday. And Atlanta, I mean, they're about to break the StatCast record for most homers in a season measured at 450 feet or more. I think they're currently at like 16.
And they haven't even been to Coors Field yet.
No. The Rockies actually have the record with 19 in 2021. Atlanta already has the. It's funny how this was listed in here. I think Sarah Langs put it out there. The record in the StatCast era, so since the start of 2015, is 19 by the Rockies in 2021. And then the most by a non-Colorado team that doesn't have the benefit of the ball soaring at altitude was Colorado and Miami, both with 15 in 2017. So Atlanta has that top spot. They will probably surpass that.
Yeah, probably.
Definitely going to happen with that. Ronald Acuna Jr. Stole a base early on. I think that might have been Thursday, actually, but he became the first player in American League and National League history with 15 homers and 30 stolen bases in his first 70 games. He's on pace to hit 34 homers and steal one shy of 70 bases. Nice. No player has ever had a 30-60 season. We've had a 30-50 season. Eric Davis did that with the Reds in 1987. 37 homers, 50 stolen bases. I think he had 59 that year. And Pirates Barry Bonds in 1990, 33 homers, 52 stolen bases. So Ronald Acuna Jr., man.
Yeah, no, he's very talented. Very talented dude.
I'd feel more confident in... And maybe this is as a misstep, but I would place more money on Ronald Acuna Jr. being the NL MVP than Atlanta representing the National League. Like, which one would you rather go of those two?
I mean, the way things are going, yeah, that's actually a really good point. I love the show where we just agree with each other about all of our baseball takes. I'm going to stick with my original plan. The Phillies have fallen off. They were my original pick for the NL representative in the World Series, and now, they've been cursed ever since the Jake Bird incident.
The Jake Bird game.
Yeah, the Jake Bird game. They really have been cursed since that game.
Yeah. That was interesting. Well, yeah.
But long story short, I'm staying with my pick, Atlanta heading to the World Series this year.
No, I respect that.
My gosh.
Do you respect my pick to put on some Shady Rays?
I actually do respect. I respect these sunglasses. This is probably my favorite article of clothing that you have. These sunglasses.
The future is bright for the Rockies. They've got an improving farm system. We know that. Article up at the DNVR.com right now about why the Rockies' plan B was not what they had wanted to, not what they were planning on doing, but it's probably for the best, even despite the fact that they've lost 5 games in a row. But their future's so bright, so you got to make sure you put on a pair of polarized shades, a pair of Shady Rays shades.
There we go.
Especially because right now when you use code DNVR, you get to buy one and get one free.
Everyone stop. I actually have my sunglasses. Camera on me. Thank you. I love these.
Now, on one hand, buy one, get one free feels like it can't miss. But here's the thing. Someone's got to buy one. I bought mine. You got yours for the free. I did the bow. You got the go.
Yes.
But that's okay. That's okay. You can actually try these on in person at the Park Meadows Mall, where if you buy 2 or more pairs of polarized shades, you get 50% off those bad boys. So can't beat that price one bit. They've got a lost and broken replacement policy. So if you happen to lose these, or if someone decides they want to steal them because you just look amazing in them, and you set them down,
I'm
and the next thing
convinced
you know,
that's what happened with my first pair. I think someone stole them.
Shady Rays, sometimes they can get legs, but you know what? Their broken replacement policy, or lost and broken replacement policy is fantastic, because they'll go ahead and hook you up, get you a new pair. If you don't like how you look, you can return them within 30 days. You get a full refund. 200,000 folks in counting have rated them 5 stars. It's Shady Rays. These bad boys.
These bad boys.
I mean, we're getting close to summer. It feels like summer today.
We're days away from summer. Yeah, it finally feels like summer outside right now. It doesn't feel like summer at all.
Yeah, you got it. And what I noticed, because I have blue eyes, is that the blue skies, like it's extra bright. I almost need to drive with Bryce Harper style eye black on. But not with these on. Not with these. That's why I wear my Shady Rays proudly. You can drink responsibly and proudly with the Breck Brew Mile High City Golden Ale. I mean, continue the celebration. You did it all year long with the Avalanche Ale. Now you've got another 12 months to go to the Breck Brew locator at breckbrew.com. Type in your area code, your zip code. Not area code, your zip code.
Your zip code.
They should. Are they going to get one of those kind of locators? They should. But yeah, find out where you can get it in your neighborhood, because you can kind of get that golden ale that I think may have provided that it factor for Nikola Jokic, winning back-to-back MVPs, winning the Finals MVP award, and actually enjoying himself on a parade, unbeknownst to his own prediction.
Yeah, no, he didn't think he was going to have a good time, and I love that for him. I hope he drank multiple cases of the Mile High City Golden Ale.
He should have. He deserves it. You know what? If we can't have it, it should go to him.
Exactly.
It should absolutely go to him.
Are we done with this ad read? Because I want to address the comments.
Address away.
James hooked it up with a super chat. We have another $2.
That means we can each ride our own scooter.
We don't have to double up on a scooter.
Let's
go, James.
What's up? Now, I don't want to be the Debbie Downer here, but do we need 2 more $2 super chats to be able to get back from Thomas Jefferson to the studio? Are we being greedy? We might be being greedy.
We're being greedy.
Guys, we'll walk. We'll walk back from TJ. It's fine. Thank you for getting us there.
You got us there, and that's half the battle.
You got us there. I friggin' love that.
When is the last time we had a multiple super chat show?
Oh, I mean, on the channel?
It's been a bit. No, I mean like on the Rockies show.
I was trying to divert. I was trying to deflect there a little bit. So,
we love you guys. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of this insane season with us.
And thank you for anyone that may have been irked. I think irksome was the vibe, but it is the 6th anniversary, at least in name alone, of Nolan Arenado's Father's Day walk-off Grand Slam cycle. And of course,
it's been 6 Father's Days.
Now, I have a whole story about that game for me.
Yeah.
And I'll just abbreviate it to say that was one of, or maybe I'll just say one of, that was the last. That was the last time I got a speeding ticket. I got a speeding ticket on my way to that game.
Oh my gosh.
On Father's Day.
Patrick broke a law?
Oh yeah. Look, it's only, you only get a ticket if you get caught. That's the only thing.
I mean, I say that all the time. I just don't get caught.
That's it. Do you remember where you were? Or
I do. I remember exactly where I was for that game.
2017, you could have been at Dunkin' Donuts Park.
You know what? I believe that day I was on my couch in my apartment in Hartford and I had the game on.
Nice.
And I was just like, okay, this is crazy. Oh my gosh, there's blood rolling down his face. And that was kind of earlier in my Rockies fandom because we were only like year 2 into the Yard Goats.
Sure.
So
you're one of the ballpark.
What?
You're one of the ballpark.
You're one of the ballpark, exactly. So yeah, it was like it was really exciting. I was like, oh, this is such a fun team. I wasn't wrong.
No,
just the fun didn't last.
No, it did not. It did not. How did you like the City Connect? Kind of getting to see it now in action. It's basically just a retro Atlanta jersey that they've had before. They just kind of made tweaks to it.
Yeah.
And just says the A. Although
I didn't even realize that was their City Connect. I just thought it was like another jersey.
Yeah, because they've kind of worn something similar to do that. Yeah. I would say it would be kind of cool, maybe alternative, if you will, if you just had a blue cap that said the on it. Kind of would be cool.
I mean, that's kind of big for the community that I am a part of.
The community?
Yes, because I'm the Suzie Hunter.
That's true.
Yeah.
You could get yours like embroidered or like spray painted.
I might
Suzie
just get
Hunter.
a hat that says that like for myself, but I don't want people associating me with the baseball team in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I don't. Keep me out of it.
You may not want that. And
I don't want that for me.
We also got our first taste of the advertiser patch, Quick Read.
And their patch looked really good.
Now, on the City Connect, not so much because there's no yellow in the City Connect. But on their regular jersey, like that little bit of yellow that they use or gold really like pops on Atlanta's uniforms. And so for the advertisement to also be yellow like that, that's one where if you aren't really paying attention, you might not notice that that's actually like an ad read. You might even think that's, some kind of logo kind of the City Connect.
It kind of reminds me like just in like, I guess mostly in color, but like it's giving the mile marker patch on the City Connect for the Rockies.
Yeah, okay.
It is. It's giving
for like the for the slopes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So like it kind of blends in, really nicely.
It works.
We got to see Jorge Alfaro kind of blend in nicely behind the plate.
Oh my gosh.
Welcome to the club.
What is your take on the flow?
It's great.
He's got some incredible flow.
He's got an Aquaman type flow.
He really does. Like we've all been like fussing about his hair. I'm just like, oh, I need to know. I need his regimen.
I mean, I'm just curious if when he walked into the clubhouse, if like two like bulldogs, him and Justin Lawrence, locked eyes and went towards each other, oh my God, are we gonna combust spontaneously here, or are they gonna play nicely?
I need to know if it made they're either best friends or they're enemies. There's no in between.
Dude, the hair boys.
I guess we'll find out soon enough, hopefully. But I need to know. I need to know.
I need for Justin Lawrence to get a save and Alfaro to be behind the plate, and they're celebrating on the mound with a handshake. The hair homies? That photograph of the hair homies? Come on. That would be cool.
Okay, all right. Let's manifest it.
Rockies need to win. Look, hey, Pierce Johnson with a save. He can be in the hair homies.
Yeah.
He is.
He's got good flow too.
Yeah. I mean, look, he's not on the presidential board like Alfaro and Justin Lawrence as the president VP.
Are we gonna rank all the flow on this team?
No.
Is that what we're doing? It is what we're doing. I don't even know why I'm asking you. I'm gonna do that after the show.
We might just have to do a thumbs up, thumbs down. Are you a hair homie or not a hair homie?
I want to workshop that name. I don't know if I'm married to this name.
I like alliterations.
No, I know, but like, I don't know how I'm feeling about hair homie.
No?
I don't know. I'm just not sure about it. I gotta think on it. I gotta sleep on it. I gotta pray on it.
We need something else that would rhyme with the word hair. Hair pair, but that's only for two. You can't have more than that.
I kind of like hair pair though.
You're gonna have to.
Well, because Justin Lawrence and Jorge Alfaro are kind of in a class of their own in terms of flow.
That's
on
true.
This roster.
They would be the hair pair, and then we open up the floor to the homies in general. Ooh, Flo fellas.
Flo fellas. Alyssa. I like this.
I think we have something.
I don't know. I'm into this. I'm gonna steal it and not give you credit. The only people who will know are the people in the chat.
That's it. I think we have something to keep us occupied for the next 3 months of the Rocky season. That's it. Now
it is.
Now when we look at players who've been waived or designated for assignment, we can look at the back of their baseball card, and then we can also look at the front of their card and go, how's the flow? Do we need to pick them up for the flow?
Okay.
That's it. Next time you have Josh Sushan on, You may have to ask them, say, hey, who are some of the Flow Bros that we might have coming up?
I'm gonna message him right now.
Already, look at that.
I'm gonna do it before I forget.
Are we gonna be getting an update by Tuesday, perhaps, with the Tuesday Suzie show?
I kind of want to ask Josh to come on the show on Tuesday. I haven't asked him yet, but
the Tuesday is now Tuesday this week.
Tuesdays are Tuesdays.
It's funny. Every day is an illegal Pete's day, especially because
I might go to Illegal Pete's after this. I think I need a quesadilla. Sorry, continue your ad read. Go on.
It's walkable. Look, I know we've got money now in our scooter budget, thanks to all our friends here in the Super Chat community. But we can walk, and that's fine. You can get 5 refreshing 16-ounce beers for $15. Sit out on the patio. They got one at all of their locations all around the Denver metro area, including Fort Collins. Throw that into the metro area. It's an hour drive. It's fine if you're doing some CSU business up there. You can experience burritos, buddies, and beers with Illegal Pete's and do that all summer long. I think the one in Fort Collins, they even have a mister up there. So if it's hot, you're going to stay cool.
There's a mister at this one.
I think I've also seen that there.
Yeah, we were sitting under it after the parade. It was lovely.
Oh, that's
because it was so hot out.
That's it. Oh, I love that. Legal Pete's, that's the spot to go to. And if you've been hurt in any way, whether it's because your team just won the first championship in their franchise history, you've been injured in that, or look, if you've just been on a scooter and you're so excited because it's coming out of funds from your company and you crash, fear not, because you can call the folks over at Backus and Shanker.
Backus and Shanker.
Give them a call at 222-2222. It's really that easy. Troy Tulowitzki, it's all twos.
All Tulos. All
Give
day,
them
every day.
a call. Look, they work for you for free. All 100 folks on their staff, 30 lawyers that they've got at Backus and Shanker. They're going to work for free until they win money in your case. They're free consultation as well. They've won their clients over $1 billion over the last 25 years. It's absolutely fantastic. You can meet with them at any of their offices in Denver, Aurora, Inglewood, Fort Collins. Car accidents, motorcycle, pedestrian, rideshare, you name it. Even if you're not sure, that's why the consultation is so important to call, because it's free. 222-2222. Find out if you've got a case, because you know who wins?
Backus and Shanker. Just remember a dude with incredible flow down in Albuquerque.
Ooh.
Very obvious one. Cole Tucker.
Oh.
Cole Tucker.
He's on the cusp right now. He's been playing really well since coming off the IL.
He really has been.
He's been playing well. And then if we're thinking of these guys as like action figures, some action figures comes with special weapons and other characters. It could be a 2-pack with him and Vanessa Hudgens. So that almost elevates him a little bit more in the hair debate, if you will. So
Okay. Yeah, they both got good hair.
This is good. Hair draft. I'm down for it.
Hair draft.
The Atlanta batted around a couple times today, didn't they? And I had a thought in my head, but so did you. You had the exact same thought.
Yeah, the thought was, let's play batting around.
Yeah.
We'll have our own batting around because obviously the Rockies did not, but we will.
No.
But we will.
It's been a little while, I feel like, since they've batted around.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. But you know what? The Rockies aren't the only team that, maybe didn't have the best weekend, because the Dodgers were historically bad on Saturday night.
15-zip.
15-zip. And also, this was the largest Dodgers loss during a shutout at home in 125 years.
Damn.
Yeah. Crazy. Generations.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That is...
How are we scoring that?
A lot. Well, I mean, anytime... so the Giants, they came into Coors, swept the Rockies. They kept that momentum going like they were a friggin' baseball podcast. It was amazing. It was impressive. So from the Giants' perspective, I'm going to give that a double because I think it's all starting to come together for them right now. Despite the fact that they had that awful play, I think that was Friday night, where they were throwing the ball all around the infield.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was bad.
It was
That
brutal.
was really bad. But anytime you can beat the Dodgers like that in California on their own home turf, that's pretty good. They're actually winning right now 6-2 in the top of the 6th, Giants.
Oh, man.
Yeah. That's a
Down
double.
bad historically. All right. So we got one man on. Next up, let's score this. This is not fun news. The bus driver for the Pirates, so like someone that the Pirates had hired to drive a bus with players from one city to another, was arrested for a DUI while transporting the team. The bus had a police escort, and the police noticed, like, something's not right. Like, is this guy having some kind of medical emergency? They thought he was having a medical emergency. No, he was just allegedly inebriated.
Here's what's kind of weird. If you're already getting a police escort and so the lights are going, how do you say, okay, now have the pullover lights? How can you be having a police escort and then being pulled over in the same trip? That's strange.
Does a police escort necessarily have the lights though? Or are they just kind of like with the bus?
At times they may, but you're right. I don't know.
But I don't think, yeah.
Probably not the whole way. Mm-hmm. No, that's a strike three. That's a bad look. I wonder if any of the players noticed. I also wonder.
I mean, they were on the bus, and the bus got pulled over.
Did Andrew McCutchen get in the driver's seat? What did they call a bus company to wait for somebody else to drive the bus? Who on the Pirates roster has a CDL license? That's what I need to know.
Yeah, you know what we do need to know. It's a shame it shouldn't happen to any team, but if it happened to the Reds, then Joey Votto could have driven the bus. Because have you seen that he's like very interested in being a bus driver?
Really?
Yeah, like he wants to be a bus driver. He was like, oh, like if I wasn't doing this, I'd be a bus driver. But like he's done some videos with the Reds leading up to his comeback.
Right.
With like just leaning into the bit, him driving a school bus.
Wow.
So I'm guessing like he might have some kind of license. So
okay.
Good to know. Good backups. But so that's a strikeout, you said?
That's definitely. And then ejection immediately after.
Ejection, okay.
So if you're keeping score, sometimes I don't really mark down an ejection in my scorecard. For the play-by-play, strike three.
Okay.
Done.
What? Okay.
Done on that one.
All right. Next one.
Connor Joe has a CDL license. I mean, look, when you're a utility player and you're just looking for a spot on the roster, coach, I can drive the bus. Like, look, if that keeps you in the big leagues, what are you gonna do? You know?
Who on the Rockies would be most likely to get a CDL license just to like have another tool in their belt?
Ooh, that's a good one. I mean, obviously Alan Trejo. Obviously, Harold Castro, two guys. We did see a position player pitch, of course, on Saturday as well. Again, we're trying to forget these things. It's not like we're not mentioning it. We're just trying to forget.
This series never happened, actually. I'm going to gaslight everyone into thinking that we just didn't play for 4 days.
That's it. They went from Boston to Cincinnati.
Gaslighting everyone. Keeping this summer messy.
Let's do it.
One day at a time. Okay, so next one. We're moving on. Tampa pitcher Pete Fairbanks came back from the IL with a black eye, but that was not related to his IL stint. Apparently, he was at home playing in the pool, playing basketball in the pool with his 3-year-old. So, like, you know, he's a tall guy, but he went up to dunk on his son, and something happened. He got hit, has a black eye. So, came back from the IL, big ol' shiner.
Oh, so you're saying he was on the injured list and came back with a black eye, kind of an IL gives a new meaning to that. Okay, folks, I'll see you later. Leave a $2,000 super chat. Okay.
Leave.
Just 2,000? Okay. Yeah.
How are you scoring that?
That's great. I'm going to give a base hit on that one.
Okay.
Runner doesn't score, though. First and third.
But does the runner advance to third?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Oh,
just want to make sure.
Oh, that would be some atrocious base running if we don't move over to third base on that. But for sure, yeah, like I think that's fun that he was able to embrace it and be honest in general as to what happened to him.
Yeah, humbling.
Yeah,
humbling
for sure.
Yeah,
he had a good sense of humor about it.
Also, like we gotta get his kid on a team or something.
I mean, pretty much, pretty much.
All right, let's move on. All right, so we got 2 men on. Love this for us. I don't know if you saw this. You definitely saw it a couple of days ago. But Jeff Passan does not have nice things to say about the Cardinals. He tweeted, "No team comes close to the St. Louis Cardinals in terms of downright disappointment. They are a disaster."
Didn't he also have a tweet where he called them ass?
I think I might have said that.
No, I really thought that he's okay. Maybe that is it.
I don't think Jeff Passan logged on and said the Cardinals are ass. I think I logged on and said the Cardinals are ass.
To be fair, I have confused you and Jeff Passan numerous times.
It happens all the time. All the time.
St. Louis ass. Look, I'm on fire today with these new city names. You know what I'm saying?
I'm actually going to tweet that out real fast.
City rebrands.
Lou ass.
You know, I have no issue. I'm going to give Jeff Passan a base hit on that because if he's just calling, I mean, the Cardinals were expected to be the best team in the division, and they're not getting it done. So he's just kind of reporting on the fact that they are underperforming. They haven't met expectations. So that is fair. And I mean, especially when you consider what people in St. Louis and Cardinals fans are actually saying about this team. It's pretty mild in general. Pretty mild.
Pretty mild.
Yeah.
Pretty mild. Does a run score on that one?
Oh, absolutely.
It should score.
Oh, yes.
All right. 1 out, 1-0. We got runners on second and first.
Correct.
Let's move on. Did you see that Craig Kimbrell got 3 pitch clock violations in 1 inning on Thursday?
Oh, man. These Boston pitchers, Kenley Jensen, that happens to him a lot. Yeah, some of these old school guys, they are really stubborn.
Yeah.
When it comes to this, I'd be curious to see what some of the data is afterwards, at the end of the season. Like if there's any benefit, not a benefit to getting more pitch clock violations, but just being okay with like I'm gonna consistently use more time. So yeah, in that at bat, starting out 1-0 is not great, but how many pitches throughout the course of the year are you like not stressed about the time because you are taking your time? So overall, it might be better. So I'm okay with that. That's actually going to be very fitting. An automatic ball 4. We got the bases loaded. That's a ball 4. Yeah, I find that to be interesting. We saw one today. I think Chase Anderson might have gotten one called on him. Rockies haven't had too many of them go either way. There is a way that you can look that up now. I was incredibly excited in April on Fangraphs. They do have all of that categorized where you can see all the automatic balls and automatic strikes
I like
in
that.
those situations. Yeah,
I like that. The pitch clock. It's changing lives.
that's it.
And frustrating Craig Kimbrell. Okay. I love this. This happened on Saturday. Brad Hand hit 10 years of service time on Saturday, and his teammates celebrated by dressing up as him. They did the cutoff tank, the backwards hat, the sunglasses. I swear, I think that's the first time I've seen Brad Hand like actually smiling. He's usually pretty serious when we see him. He's working. He's busy. He's at his job. But like, I loved seeing how much of a kick he got out of that.
That is a home run. Now,
That's a home run with...
So it's also
a grand slam.
It is. Now, granted, it was only a homer in 6 out of 30 ballparks, but it doesn't matter because this is the ballpark we're playing in.
Yes.
It's a home run. I thought that was
so
really
specific.
Look, I take everything seriously. Maybe
I know you do.
So specific. 6 out of 30 ballparks. I mean, it makes sense. I can see it. No, I thought that was great how they were able to celebrate him in that way. All the guys planned. He's been around the game for a while, new to the Rockies world, but so many of these guys have just known him in passing and at different teams. And you're right. He's just kind of a quiet guy who keeps to himself. Similar style to Kyle Freeland, too, in many ways with the cutoff shirt and the cap. But I think
it's the sunglasses that really do it.
But we also see Freeland with, the Nuggets jerseys on.
Yeah.
Av supporting his team. So Freeland has more looks. He's got more wardrobes in general, more outfits, whereas Brad Hand...
He has the one outfit.
He's got
it's
the
like
one
a cartoon
outfit.
character. Just the same outfit.
That's it. That's pretty cool. Yeah, this will be our last one that we see for the Rockies this season, unless they pick up somebody who's on the cusp. I think going into this year, you had like Jurickson Profar and Randall Grichuk had 8+ years. So next year they'll get their 10 years of service time to get the full pension. So we've got a ways to go until that happens again. But I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
That we were able to get to see some of that too, because Kelsey Wingert was there.
Yes.
That was awesome.
She tweeted out the video. Loved that. Shout out, Kelsey. Thank you for sharing that moment with us. All right, how about this for a moment? The Rockies had the Rockies, like the organization, had players' kids draw portraits of them for Father's Day, and they surprised these guys with them. Here's some of the pictures that they tweeted out. These are delightful. Like, I just love seeing their faces light up. Like, look how happy Diaz is. Also, like, this drawing's pretty good.
It's good. Someone did say in the chat that one of those players that you showed a picture of, he may have got a paper cut because he's frequently injured.
Oh my
But
gosh.
you know what? We're not going to say who said that in the chat, but it's in there somewhere. Now, I think that's a home run. That's back-to-back homers. I thought that was super cute. I thought it was nice seeing the dad's reactions. Like, that's really cool. Especially, again, these guys are out on the road. And so for them to, you know, some of them have their families with them, others do not. And props to the Rockies, you know, PR team for getting their ducks in a row. You got to plan ahead. You got to think ahead and say, hey, we got this. And to go to the moms or the grandmothers or grandfathers and say, hey, we've got a deadline. Can we get this drawing? Let's go. Let's go. Wrap it up.
Alyssa, can we zoom in on the Mike Moustakas one in the top right? Because I think this drawing also, it like really captures his essence.
His kids have a good moose.
Oh no, it's just like they got the pinstripes in the uniform. Ooh. I think Austin Gombers is really funny too. I think like his kids are like really little. Like I don't think they can really draw yet, but they really captured the hair. It's just very fluffy.
That's cool.
It's amazing.
Yeah, the smiles on these guys' faces is fantastic. You know, it's and again, you know this. I don't know how much it's grown for you mentally in an exponential way. I obviously you know covered the yard goats a little bit, but being this close to the team, you just kind of realize that these are human beings who have families. There's another side to just what they do in a box score, in a game, and they get the entire off season off. But after that, they've got no life. Like, this is the grind. They don't get to celebrate Father's Day. And anyway, they don't get to celebrate Mother's Day for their significant other or their mothers and mother-in-laws, all that. Like, they don't get to experience that. And so in a moment like this, when you get to see, like, a genuine reaction of, like, the person, you know, without the cap on and without the uniform, it's so cool to see. So very much worthy of a home run. This one was a home run 30 out of 30 ballparks.
Oh, good. Okay. That makes me
I know
happy.
you were worried, and I know you were wondering.
I was worried, yeah. Okay, how about this? At Fenway Park, a kid was gifted a foul ball, but then he threw it back.
Oh.
He was real little. And a little kid had a foul ball. It was gifted to him because obviously anytime someone catches a ball, everyone yells, give it to a kid. So the kid got it, threw it back. The kid's older brother was like so upset.
Oh, that's
so like kind of like a goofy thing. Like you know, the kid just didn't know what to do with the foul ball.
Oh, that strike three looking. Doesn't even lift the bat off the shoulder. That's awful.
But I will say, it looks like someone from the Nesson broadcast, like one of the reporters, went out to talk to them and I think got them a new ball.
And then what did he do with that?
It looks like he still has it in his hand.
He kept the ball. But then threw a slice of pizza. You're like, this kid, he's very Boston. Yeah, that hits close to home because the one time I went to a game at Fenway, I got a ball during batting practice that couldn't see who threw it up. Someone just kind of tossed it up. I got it, you know, had a little smudge on it. And my just feeling so good being in the Mecca, being in the shadow of the Green Monster. I was standing in left field at the time. I was like, oh, man, I'm feeling great. The baseball gods have shined upon me. Let me pay it forward. And I gave it to a kid. And then after I was like, oh, that had Fenway dirt on it. Oh. But I gave it to the kid.
But you have to give it to a kid.
No one was even saying, give it to a kid. It was just me doing it.
You have to. Well, you have to do it before someone yells that at you.
It's true, yeah.
How did we score that one? Please remind me.
Strikeout.
It's a strikeout. Strikeout looking?
It's bad.
Or swinging?
Oh, looking.
Okay.
Oh, that doesn't even come off the shoulder. If I'm a parent, I am like catching my kid's arm out of its socket so that the ball does not get thrown. Like, that's my reaction.
Good.
It's like, funny story how my baby has a cast on. We were at a ball game, and like, that's what's gonna happen. You're not throwing that baseball.
Oh my gosh.
You're not.
All right. Father's Day. One last guy up at bat. We got 2 outs, by the way.
Ooh.
Nolan Arenado loves playing on Father's Day. He hit a home run today, and even crazier, off another former Rocky. He hit in a tied ball game. Hit a homer off of Adam Ottavino. It was tied 7-7. So yeah, look at Nolan Arenado, just like having another good Father's Day. Not quite, you know, walk-off cycle. But how are we scoring that?
That and St. Louis only ended up winning by a run. So his 2-run homer was the difference. Did he do it in the 9th? No, he must have done it.
No, it wasn't. No, it was earlier.
It was earlier in the game. That's pretty impressive. You know what? It's not his fault. The umpire has a vendetta out on him. Strike 3. He just struck out. Because,
oh my gosh!
Look, not his fault. There's a vendetta out for Arenado right now. The defensive metrics are not liking what they're seeing from him. He's got the most votes. He is one of the leaders of that Cardinals team that is underperforming. There's MLB.com had an article about players that could change cities. They said Paul Goldschmidt to the Phillies would be interesting. No talk of Arenado getting traded. He's a couple years younger than Goldie, but
yeah.
Nope, strike 3. He's out.
Wow. All right, inning is over, but hey, we got 6 runs this inning.
Okay. More than any of the games that. Well, that was as many runs as the Rockies got today.
Yes, it was.
That's it. They got double SoCatted.
They did. How awful.
Double reverse tacos.
Double reverse tacoed. Not just once, but twice. Ugh.
Not a great look, unfortunately.
No.
But it's always a good look over on Twitter. So you got to make sure you check us out there at DNVR_Rockies. At Patrick D. Lyons is where I can be found.
And I can be found at the Suzie Hunter on most platforms.
Just you and I.
Yes.
We've got $3.99 worth of momentum charging into this week. But you know what they say about 2 one-way trips on a scooter.
I literally have no idea what they say about that.
They say you're walking back. No, they say you're only as good as your next show. So, of course, we will talk to you tomorrow at 1 p.m. right here on the DNVR Sports Channel live on YouTube.